Welcome to Digging into the Future. Today we've got Andy Power, the CEO of and president of Digital Realty, joining us for a chat about his company's experience. He's, I guess, 1 year in the chair and out to a good start. So we'll spend some time just going through and learning about his business.
Excellent. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
So tell me, 12 months, what's it been like?
It was certainly an interesting year. When you think about 2023 and geopolitical uncertainty, interest rates, and some good stuff like artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to round the 1 year milestone, make a lot of progress on a few fronts. We certainly went from defense to offense in our balance sheet and had numerous transactions to bolster our ability to support our customers' growth. We've been redoing some reorganization of the company, setting up some regional structures and integration, and we've been innovating. So launching new high performance computing, higher power density colo solutions, and service fabric, adding new partners to our service directory and executing along the way. So it was a busy 12 months.
Well, no, I think it's because you're one of the few, well, a lot of guys have gone through it, but you were originally the CFO, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and how many years as CFO?
I'm coming up on my 9th year as at Digital, so 8 years as CFO.
Okay. No, so it's fantastic. And yeah, I guess the biggest challenge for DRT, right, is you know, you're the biggest, or arguably one of the two
biggest
top,
in megawatts, I guess.
Yeah, biggest in megawatts, arguably the largest data center company in the world. And obviously growing's got to be a challenge, right? Because it's those numbers, you know, to add stuff on top is got to be really difficult. So what are you doing? How do you get growth in these markets?
So a few things. One, we took the strategy that we're going to go after the full customer spectrum. We're not just going to go after the enterprise colocation or network providers. We're not going to just go against the hyperscale customers. We're going to do it all on a global format. So that gives us two large and growing addressable markets, which is, call it hybrid IT, private cloud, public cloud, and now AI on top of that in terms of growth and demand. 3, we're doing it on a global basis, so 50 plus metropolitan areas, 6 continents, around the Horn of Africa. Not many providers are servicing in South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, South America, across Asia Pacific where we're growing. We just had an interesting growth in our partnership in India. And then last but not least, we're a public company, we're a permanent vehicle, but we recycle capital out of parts of our portfolio. So we've been bringing private partners in a majority stakes of our hyperscale stabilized assets. Allow us to then take that capital and funnel it into new growth and support our nearly $3 billion of new capacity spend in a year basis. So trying to grow, shrink the denominator and accelerate the numerator in that growth equation.
Yeah, no, I think it's extremely innovative solution. I mean, this is sort of like the 202 of for those of you that are watching the industry, because you've essentially you've made a way for private equity to enter into a public market company, right? I mean, that's really what you've done.
We just look at this opportunity of digital transformation and infrastructure. It's so large and growing, so expansive and global that you need to harness both the public capital sources and the private capital sources to really maximize the opportunity for all stakeholders.
Fantastic. No, I mean, and the other thing, it sounds like you're moving up the service stack a bit as well, right? So which was not traditionally DRT's forte, right? I mean, that was this is new virgin territory, I guess, in some ways, right?
We moved from the ground up, building big buildings, often reselling capacity to other operators, hyperscalers, and then went into the enterprise business. We still have stuck to our knitting of core competencies. We don't go into the digital services arena. We're partner first and foremost. So bare metal partners, connectivity partners, cybersecurity partners, and we just try to make it easy for those empowering enterprise customers to use our services together, because we think winning together is the way to go.
Yeah, so you're basically creating the glue inside the data center to hold these guys
Exactly.
within it. So, and walk me through, so I mean, obviously one of the biggest challenges, I mean, DRT's how old, 25 years?
Almost 20 years as a public company.
But it had years before that too,
Really born in the dot-com crash and the telco hotel era.
Yeah, so you have assets that are sort of been around for a long time, right? Are they still usable, or is it, I mean, because you do see a lot of these data center companies now going through what I would call the forklift upgrade. They're just taking everything down and restarting. Is that?
So we've been an active pruner of our portfolio, and we made decisions where we don't need to own and operate every data center on planet Earth. And we picked our spots where the markets that have robust and diverse customer demand with infrastructure that can grow, power densify. Yes, we have buildings that were never built to be a data center, but those are essentially where the network hubs of the internet are living today.
Yep.
And an AI application that needs higher power density, probably not going to find that as its home. But by and large, our campuses that we've been investing in, maintaining, power densifying, bringing new technologies to, have been able to outpace the growth of the typical technology needs of our customers. We're always innovating our design. We're somewhat going back to the future when it comes to liquid ready, bringing liquid back into the data center when we've been getting it out of the data center. But we're seeing what's ahead in terms of AI needs for those high performance compute and kind of higher power density needs.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously here and around the world, the big buzzword is obviously AI, right? So, and everyone's like, wow, this is going to be the next big thing.
Unlike a lot of the other buzzword bingo that's kind of come through telecommunications, IT, be it edge and augmented reality and driverless cars, and a whole host of words that maybe one day will be incremental use cases. I view AI as a real incremental demand driver to our industry. We're in early innings is probably an exaggeration of the progress of where this is getting off the ground. Do you think we're building the large language models, which has been a boom for demand for data centers and digital realty? Next step, we're going to go to inference, which is using proximity to existing data sets. Think with living and breathing inside our four walls, 300 data centers around the world. AI today is such a consumer-oriented, the public internet. It's going to move to private data sets. Again, I think that also lends itself to the value we can drive to our customers in connecting their private data sets to their AI applications, the mix up of GPUs and CPUs. So I think this is real, and we got a long runway of growth to come.
That said, you look around, obviously we call it, maybe it's, some people call it the big four, the big five, the big six,
The Magnificent Seven.
The Magnificent Seven. Whoever they are, the biggest guys that drive the majority of this thing. Do you see them as sort of building their own stuff? Think about AI for a second, right? Because AI is really, you don't need the advantage you bring is obviously you have the ecosystem, all the partners, and they can connect to everybody. But with AI, you may not need to connect to everybody. It's essentially it's a factory of computing, right? And it's so why would they want to go to you versus somebody else? I mean, because wouldn't they want to be building their own sort of customized data center?
A few reasons. One, when it comes to what we provide, one of the main ingredients for the first phase of AI is large, contiguous capacity blocks. They cannot and will not break up these workloads and spread them across numerous providers and numerous markets. When you look at we've got 3 gigawatts of land capacity. We've got single sites next to the Dulles Airport that's a gigawatt by itself. So There's many of these sites that you just can't come across where that much power is all sitting clustered together and you can get it immediately. 2, right now, like you said, the supercomputers, the large language model, the training's happening.
Yep.
But for that training to be constantly refreshed and to be utilized, you need to access the consumers of data, corporate enterprise, private data sets, and the next leg of inference and private data sets and enterprise use. I believe it's going to lend itself to the integration of these called AI applications with traditional applications and keep these workloads some kind of connectivity or proximity to where the data centers live today.
Well, Andy Power, thank you very much for taking the time to meet with us on Digging into the Future, and good luck with the rest of your conference.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Bye.
Thanks.